3, 2, 1, clap! That's pretty good. Howdy, y'all. It's Ashley Cheng
and Becky Bullard
of the Rabble podcast, bringing you a very special series. It is day 16 of our Daily Democracy Challenge. That's amazing. There is that really, deeply ingrained model minority myth in me that it feels like you should kind of, stay in your lane and you don't want to be disagreeable. By the deadline. And so I had a lot of worries around that, but now you can't get me to shut up. We should probably look that up and start this over again.
So, I think you would just maybe write 请投票谢谢 thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, like that. No, they come back.
Oh, they did? I grew up in Austin. I always joke that I grew up crawling around the floor of my parents' Chinese restaurants. I didn't see that much of my mom growing up because she was a single mother and she ran restaurants. And so our schedules were always so off with school and the restaurants. I'd be out the door and she'd barely be awake because she'd been up all night the night before closing up the restaurant. Growing up, I always thought my mom was really apathetic about politics. And I just, she had never voted. And I just thought, oh, she just doesn't care. But, she actually follows the news so closely. She's flown back to Taiwan so that she could vote because that's how much she loves voting. I really never realized that she didn't vote because she didn't know how to. Or, think about how intimidating that whole process is when English isn't your first language. And it's it seems dumb because when you stop to think about it, you're oh, obviously, we didn't talk that much about politics because I grew up in a family largely, with a single mom who was very busy and spoke English as a second language. So I don't think it was a huge part of my life growing up. We love your opinions and informed voting. So make sure you get your plan in place and look up where your early voting sites are. I know at the Rabble podcast, we talk about how we are Texas politics meets funfetti.
And sourdough starters, and is usually a podcast.
With a side of this is how you get stuff done. We're all about making it really easy and approachable for people to understand how to get involved civically on a local and on a state level here in Texas. We genuinely didn't know a lot of things and had authentic questions to ask to the experts and to reps because we just were curious. But then the more we started doing the podcast, the more we realized how much people valued hearing our stories. I was really resistant to doing the podcast. I don't really like public speaking. I do now, but I certainly didn't then as much. When I think about the model minority myth, I think about, honestly, how much I benefited from it personally growing up, and it's something that, is deeply ingrained for me, not only by my family, but just society as a whole, right? You don't want to upset anyone. You want to be respectful. In many ways, those are all really great values to have, but when it comes to politics and trying to smash the patriarchy, those aren't really useful qualities. And I think at the time, I didn't realize how much of that was internalized racism that I've been carrying my whole life of not wanting to speak out or speak up for myself. It's so easy for me to say it to other people of your voice so matters. But to actually feel and know and believe those words yourself, I think is a really different thing.
That's fine. I think on y'all is fine, and then we'll do a timer, and from there, then we'll go to the.
It's funny to reflect back on how far this journey has taken me. It's wild to think that I am on the DNC as a member representing our AAPI caucus. I feel like David Letterman. He's Texas Democrats, y'all. What he's doing, and then they throw it.
Yeah.
I get to do so much with the Texas Democratic Party, from speaking opportunities, helping uplift some of our statewide candidates, doing a lot of work organizing.
Howdy, y'all! Welcome to the biggest battleground state in the country and the Texas Democratic Party's 7th annual Johnson Jordan Dinner.
I think just being a part of this podcast with the Rabble has really, I've gained a lot more confidence in using my own voice and just having a lot more self-respect for my own opinions and my own story. I think it's something I'm still working on every day, but you know, I just see it as such a gift to be able to help uplift different stories. And it's meant so much to me when I've seen other Asian Americans, Chinese Americans, even just people of color in general, when I see those voices on those faces represented in media, it honestly means so much to me. And so I think like, oh, if I just keep showing up when I'm asked, maybe this will be useful for someone else to see too. We've been watching so much reality TV around here. I was like, oh, this is what it feels like. How do those people get used to it?